Okay. Hello everyone, and okay, starting off streams with a few technical difficulties, but we're good now. Okay. Okay, a little bit of a scramble because things didn't work the way I thought they would, but that is okay. So, welcome back to another crochet stream. Today we are going to go ahead and get started on an Usagimodoki So, if you're not familiar with Usagimodoki, he's pretty much Noise's little rabbit from Dramatical Murder. And so, just to give you guys a quick little picture of what he looks like. I really okay, I can't spell. But essentially, we're going to be working on this little guy right here. So kind of difficult to see on the screen, but essentially I know Usagimodoki does have his own rabbit form. Maybe some other day we'll do the rabbit, but I do just want to get started on the little cube, him in a cube form, and of course, I don't know what I expected looking up Dramatical Murder on my phone. But anyway, I know he does have a rabbit form, but we are going to be making the little cubes. And for the cubes, because personally I prefer crocheting in the round. We are going to try making his pattern. Um, we're going to do the first prototype doing crochet in the round, and then from there we'll figure out if the rounds are going to work the way I expect them to, or if I need to swap out and just do four, or rather, how many sides are on a cube? 6 panels, and then sew them all together. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, we'll just go ahead and start with creating the cube. So for the cube, pretty much the way I'm going to do it is 4 single crochets into a magic circle, and then what we're going to be doing for this is pretty much doing 3 single crochets on the increase. So it's going to be 3 single crochets within 1 single crochet. You'll see it in a minute, but pretty much that's how we are going to approach Usagimodoki. Um, when it comes to the face, I should probably get some sort of grid out so that I can get a better idea of how to place his face and make sure that his face is symmetrical. But we'll worry about that because I think that is going to require some color changes. But for right now, we'll just go ahead and get started with crocheting his little square body. And let me go ahead and pull up stream on my phone because I realize I should probably have OBS and YouTube chat open. Let me just go ahead and get chat open. Volume. Okay. Okay, we're good to go. I really need to get the double stream set up for Twitch, but pretty much I do have 4 crochet markers and a 5th crochet marker, and pretty much the purpose of the crochet marker is just to mark the middle of the increases, and then 1 to mark the beginning of the row. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to set up camera. I was trying to figure out a way to do it with my phone, but that ended up not working the way I thought it would. So we are going to do our best with what we have. I think eventually I will need to invest in some sort of tripod just to make setup with the Muse a little bit easier. Because right now the way I'm set up, like I literally have the camera right in front of me. And to be honest, like when I crochet pretty close to my face. So probably a habit I should break out of. And I could potentially just like crochet by looking through the camera, but 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So from here, we're going to begin going into an increase row. So oop, wrong side. So I'm going to go ahead and place one stitch marker at the beginning of the row and then another one at that little middle. So at the beginning, you are going to have two different crochet markers. And the more decorative one just to kind of help stand out from the rest of them. So by the second increase, or rather the second set of increases, you should have 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Also, the other thing that I find helpful with setting up the crochet markers like this, it just makes it a lot easier to like locate where you need to do the increases without needing to count. So from here, it's pretty much just going to be like 3 single crochets into the marked stitches. And you can already tell my yarn is falling apart. So you can kind of already tell it's starting to form a bit of a square. So next one. So let's see. I like doing that slip stitch into the first stitch of the next row just to kind of just have everything even. So you're not really like crocheting in a spiral. Okay. Maybe I should have started with the green yarn first for the first one. Just on the merit of black yarn is kind of hard to see sometimes. We're just gonna go ahead and remove you real quick. Once again, just put this one back because he is again. So the cat is pretty much the beginning of the row, and then the stitch marker is going to move to the middle of the 3 within the increase. So 1, 2. Go ahead and do that. Then we'll go ahead and do this. And then it's pretty much just single crochet. So to write that down, that was 1 single crochet, 3 single crochet increase, and then I believe that was 2 single crochet. And then you're going to do a 3 single crochet increase. Also, whenever I work on a new pattern, I typically just write things down as I go along. I keep a notebook that is pretty much my scratch paper. Like, I allow myself to be as messy as possible, then the final pattern, I'll write it down in a notebook. Two, and then that it was 2 single crochet, and then another 3 single crochet increase. Only thing is it does get messy, so I need to be able to like write it down again and then replicate it on a second. So usually once I'm happy with the final pattern, I'll make another one just to make sure that I recorded things correctly. And then do another 2 single crochet. And then it's going to be another 3 single crochet increase. Always mark your corners. And then you're going to finish on 1 single crochet. So you're starting to get more of your square. Then going into the 4th row. So one of the things I will say about this is like you could follow a written pattern for a square, but genuinely if you begin from 4 single crochets and just mark those corners, like you genuinely genuinely you could just crochet, just keep track of your crochet markers or your stitch markers. You're always gonna, oh Jesus, you're always going to increase on that middle stitch. And here we go. Oh shoot. Have not been writing things down. That's part of the increase. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 single. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 single crochet. Eventually, you'll start seeing like how the pattern works out. Like I said, it's very easy for me to like just crochet ahead without really thinking much about it because the stitch markers just make it so much easier to just keep going and then know exactly where you need to do the increases. Okay. And the main reason we're using acrylic charm is, or acrylic charm. The main reason we're using acrylic yarn for this one is because the color, like this is the only yarn that I have that has colors that would match up with Usagimodoki. Um, like in the future, if I could get my hands on a nice green for Usagimodoki, I'm willing to do it in chenille or velvet yarn. I just don't have those colors on hand with me right now. So we're gonna be doing it with acrylic charms for the first version. And you're really starting to see like that square take its shape. And 2 single crochet. Like I'm pretty sure if you make granny squares, this is like very common for you. Typically, I'm just crocheting in a circle, so it's really cool to see the square take its shape. And for my rice balls, it's pretty much the exact same thing. Is that at the 3 corners, you just do a 3 single crochets in one stitch. So my rice balls follow a very similar pattern. Someone hunkin'. So it's so weird returning to acrylic yarn when like I've been doing so much blanket yarn and so much velvet. I also have like the chorus for Run Rabbit running like playing on repeat in my head right now. Ooh, this one keeps tugging on the yarn. I don't know how big we're gonna make this Usagimodoki yet. Okay, so this should be 6 single crochet across. Yep, 6 single crochet. Whenever I do things without a pattern, it's literally just we're crocheting on vibes. The only thing is, I don't know how I'm gonna handle the yarn transition. And my tight tension with the blanket yarn is beginning to come back to haunt me. I I was crocheting before the stream started, and I was getting a little bit more work done on Usachan. And unfortunately, Dum Dum didn't count correctly during the foundation during the magic circle, because the pattern that I wrote up said 8 single crochets in a magic circle for the beginning of the ear, or not. It's not Usachan for my melody. And I accidentally did 7 single crochet in the magic circle instead of doing 8. So I was so confused for a hot minute why my ears were not the right size. That was my oopsie. Actually, I'm realizing I'm working too out of frame. Sorry, I didn't catch that sooner. Oop. Yeah, because right now the only camera I have is my Muse. And so I'm realizing that for streaming and I'm crocheting, I need to be pretty close to it. I haven't found a good setup for it yet where I can have it like off to the side and then have it record my hands. We're slowly figuring things out with the streaming setup because right now it's a little in the way. But I also don't want it falling off the table at the very least, like it's caged in. So like hopefully no accidents happen and I don't like whack it off the table. Oh, my wrist is tired, so gonna do another couple more rounds. Kind of want them a little bigger. So currently we are on the 6th round of increases. Either way, no. If I do panels, the thing that becomes a challenge would be the face. If I decided to just do crochet in the round panels. My pen finally running out of ink. Should be a single crochet. Oh shit. Ooh, the muse kind of gets hot. Like I can smell it getting hot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a new camera for streaming because it is getting warmer and I don't want this thing to kind of like fail on me just because it got overheated. Because that's the thing I've noticed about the Muse is that it tends to overheat. Well, maybe not overheat, but it tends to run pretty hot and it makes me kind of nervous. Especially if I sit down and do like long crochet sessions that I want to record. It does get pretty warm. The other option would be setting up my phone to become a camcorder. I know there's apps. I was reading online that apparently I think one of the Android versions allowed for your phone to become a webcam, but apparently it's a Google Pixel thing only. So that kind of sucks. Bro, it makes me nervous that I can smell my camera. Like I should not be able to smell my camera. And the thing is, it's like I looked up some of the suggestions online and I actually did like change the defaults to so that it wouldn't be working as hard. New pen, new pen, new pen. 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to be for the next 8. Okay, so let me just write that down really quickly. Then, so this is where we're at so far. I think, because I do want them to be palm size. It makes me nervous that I can smell my camera. It could just be a me thing though. Okay, so this is where we're at. Because I do want Usagimodoki to be pretty much palm sized. So I think this is a pretty good size, all things considered. Because the goal is to make them palm sized. So that is 6 rows of increases. I think this is where I'm going to begin the transition row. So I am going to go ahead. What do you guys, maybe one more row? Because this is palm sized already. This is pretty palm sized. Not sure. Should I do one more row? Debating if I should do one more row. Let's see what one more row looks like. Oh, somebody please get the song. Like, I don't even know the full song for it, but the chorus is very catchy. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to get a fan for the camera, just so that just gonna go ahead and or figure out another, because ideally I think I'd much rather have something hovering over my head. That just feels ominous. Honestly, I think this is a lot better. The only problem becomes when I'm working with much bigger pieces and I actually need the space. Usagimodoki is on the smaller side, so like working like this isn't too much of an issue. The issue becomes with much larger pieces. Da, 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 da. Okay, that was 3, then another 10, and then another increase, and then 5. I'm thinking like if I ever do this in like a different yarn, more than likely the pattern is gonna change a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna change by much, to be honest. Because genuinely, I think with a chenille yarn or even a velvet yarn, like the pattern is gonna stay roughly the same. Because in my experience, like this is genuinely the same size I use whenever I do like velvet. Even with the baby bear yarn, this is the same hook I use. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and transition into the green from here. And moving forward, you will want to continue keeping track of your corners, mainly for when you begin decreasing. Oh shoot, wait a minute. No, Usagimodoki. Shoot, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, so we are going to begin doing a color transition, but I don't think the color transition, like the color transitions are only going to happen on one side each, now that I think about it. It's not going to be all around. I mean, technically, we could do it all around so that this becomes the face. But if we do this, if we make this into the face, like I would much rather sew in the facial features than have to crochet in the facial features. So I think there's going to be a second variation for this. I think I'm going to try with the alternating panels and then do a little bit of because the other thing is the height too. Because the height is just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's gonna have to be 14 rows height-wise. Ooh, did not think this part too. Okay, because we could do one or two. We can do one of two things. We can just go ahead and do a full transition into the green, go and build up the height from there, and then embroider the facial features here. But I did want to do like color swaps for the face instead. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try crocheting the face in over the embroidery, because the embroidery is gonna be easy. The crocheting the actual face itself into the shape, that's gonna take a little bit more thinking. Um, I also need to map out how to place the face, because the easy cop out right now is just to make the cube in with two colors, but I like making my life difficult. So we'll go ahead and try and figure out the embroidery, which I'll probably get some grid paper out for that part. But which makes the transition from here pretty easy, because if I do the two green face panels, this side can remain black, which is what calls to me, which makes this nice. That's why for that a little challenge. Because there was a part of me that was thinking, like, I could embroider the face in, because to embroider the face, it wouldn't be too difficult. But I also kind of like the idea of having something that's a little bit more cubey, given that Usagimodoki, at least in this form, is a literal cube. And I think we are going to do the color transitions on the corner. Again, you will want to keep track of your corners. Can my yarn please cooperate? Thank you. What? Okay. Okay, sir. 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 I lost track of my corner. Okay, that's the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the beginning of the increase. This is the corner. Okay, we're good. Part of me feels like I did something wrong, but we're probably fine. This part is gonna get a little bit messy, because I'm pretty much twirling the yarn. Actually, I don't think I even need to twirl it. I just need to make sure I'm grabbing the right one. Okay, wait, hold on. I think there's I saw somebody do this, like they held it in a very specific way. Because there is a way to do this so that you're not like constantly twisting the yarn. But I think that's just gonna be a natural byproduct of this. I just think, yeah, I kind of lose the tightness if I don't twirl. So we're gonna turn our yarn into a giant mess, as per my usual. The one thing I never really learned how to properly do is tapestry crochet. So wait, do need to wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like I messed up in this corner. This corner should have been green. I feel like this corner should have been green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 single crochet in black. And then, okay, well, let's go back. Let's go back. I'm gonna lose track of my corner again. I know I can count it, but again, the stitch markers just make it easier to keep track of. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is the increase. Hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. So this is the corner of the increase. And we'll just go ahead and get the green in now. God, I can feel my camera. I can feel the heat I know how to talk, I swear. I can feel the heat radiating off my camera. I'm kind of like hovering over it. It does concern me because like how long can I film with this camera realistically? I feel like no matter what I do, there's no like pretty way to do this corner. And then that's going to be 1, 2. Yeah, regardless, this corner is going to be wonky. Okay. Yeah, probably should tighten that. I'll count the stitches later. Yeah, I just have concerns for this camera because it is the summer. Like we haven't really hit a full blown summer yet, and I can feel this camera heating. And to be honest, like compared to the past couple of days, like today is like very like there's a nice breeze out today. The past couple of nights, I've just been trying to work in the dark, just so that I just to keep like all the lights off. Sorry, yeah, just trying to concentrate on this one because I can feel the mess the yarn is becoming. Although I will say this is like my favorite part about doing it this way. You kind of get a nice little pattern on the inside. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 16. I think the goal is to try and get it as even with between the black and the green as possible, but I don't know. We'll see how this works. I am skeptical. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Okay, 16 in green. So that's going to be 15. This is also a corner. So begin at a corner, end at a corner. Wait a minute. Problem is 16 is going to land on this side. Okay, no, I was right earlier. Hold on. Pretty sure this is supposed to be the corner. And from here, it's just going to be back in black. And just to kind of help hold down the yarn, okay, wait, hold on. I'm struggling because this method, the yarn does have a tendency of getting tangled up because you literally are twisting it over itself. So this is corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I messed up. This is supposed to be, okay, so hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is supposed to be the corner. Oh, great. I lost my corner. I feel like I'm not counting right. No, that looks right. I'm not counting something right. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not counting something right. I'm just gonna go ahead and crochet this. Now this is supposed to be a corner. Okay, so wait, hold on. So so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 across. Okay, wait. This is like the only clean edge I have right now. So from corner to corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So corner to corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. So this is, I think I'm miscounting my corner though. I feel like I'm miscounting my corner. And then yeah. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this is the corner. Then what happened? Did I double crochet into something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think did I increase without knowing? Because the corners are made out of 3 stitches. So this is supposed to be the center. So this is where it begins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then yeah, this is supposed to be the corner. So this is the corner. I feel like I increased without realizing it. Okay, wait. I need to restart this row. Something didn't, the math isn't mathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, hold on, hold up. Okay, so this is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1. So this is the corner. I think, let me first detangle my yarn. If it will cooperate with me. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. I guess part of where I'm running into a struggle is where to begin it. So it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If I begin the color change at the corners, which I think is what I want to do. So it should be 14 across. So you will want to do 6 single crochet in black and then 14 single crochet in green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, that makes sense. And then this one is our corner over here. Sorry if I'm out of frame, but this is kind of difficult to do. So I think I accidentally like crocheted twice into the corner, I think is what happened earlier. Because across here, you're supposed to come out with 14 green. Sorry for the silence. The twirling thing really does take a good portion of concentration because I do not want to accidentally pull up the wrong yarn color. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And now we swap over into our black. So this one I will kind of just twist it up twice. So greens, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we did pull up into the black yarn. So so this is going to corner to corner, so that last green stitch is going to have the stitch marker. And then make sure you don't crochet right back into that corner, because then that's going to be an accidental increase. I am going to weave in the green yarn very quickly. And so that's the first edge of the only thing is, I don't know if I'm going to cut it or not, because I don't know if I should cut it. Because this is the same way I do color changes with my Chubzillas, is I will cut it here and then I'll just tie a knot. I know a lot of people say it's not very professional, but listen, if it adds an extra layer of security, no one's going to see the inside of this thing. Hello. Okay. So green, okay, we'll just crochet across, and very similar to, we'll just do it just shy of the corner. Did my thing freeze? Hold on. My stream froze. Or at least my, okay. I think that is a good enough sign to say, oh gosh, did it freeze? Okay, because I do see my icon blinking. Okay, so I think the video recording froze. Like, my camera on its viewfinder is still showing everything is fine, but it looks like OBS froze and YouTube froze. So I think that's enough of a sign for me to just stop here for the evening with the stream. I think my camera has reached its limit. I actually don't know how long this has been frozen for. So, yeah, with that, thank you for joining me this evening and keeping me company while I got started on our Usagimodoki. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. So that was going to be next week, and we're going to be jumping back into illustration work with the Saja Boys. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone.